Who's that fierce warrior with flaming red hair? It's Harmless Phosphorescence. Cumulatively, we have flaming red hair.
Yeah, if you combined all of our hair.
Oh. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Thoreau Smiley, and no man may have me unless he's beaten me in a fair fight. Who's joining me?
I'm Josh CC, and when a green orb comes along, you must touch it.
I'm Brian Lesh, and I definitely brought my bone to this sword fight.
I'm not Conan. I'm Alaric Weber.
Just as a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah. That red outfit is. I was
my God. With all the bedazzling.
Yeah.
Just picture him sitting under a giant rock bedazzling his freaking outfit. He looks like he came off of a Vegas show.
No. He looks like he's
like
he looks like a
Siegfried
purse.
and Roy and Clandar or whatever his name was.
It doesn't matter. He's just not Conan.
I couldn't believe that. I didn't remember this, like we were saying.
He looked like old ladies, like purses that they would sell at like national park, like gift shops.
Yes.
Right, with tassels. And,
Yeah, like vaguely Native American, but like fringy.
Yeah, plastic rhinestones.
Yeah.
So native.
Well, plastic rhinestones are mined in Virginia.
Daddy's been toiling in the rhinestone mine.
That's West Virginia. It's rhinestone country.
It's rhinestone. Oh, the rhinestone basket.
You know, I'm glad we're finally moving to clean rhinestone.
I know. It's just
burning all the dirty rhinestones really been fucking up the environment.
Yeah, rhinestone fracking. Rhinestone.
I can't believe we went to war with Iraq over rhinestones.
Mineral rights.
Anyways, this is Harmless Phosphorescence. It's a deep dive movie podcast where we pick a theme or a series, we watch the movies, we gather some research into the production and the source material, and we tell you about it. This show is brought to you by patrons. Patrons like executive producers Michael Beckwith and Atticus Burkett. You can be a patron too. Go to patreon.com/harmless entertainment. Lots of bonus content there. We do monthly movies. We have a huge backlog. There's like something like close to 100 episodes on there that aren't on the main feed.
Wow. That's like, it makes me feel old.
Yeah.
That there's 100 that just aren't on the main feed.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
In our and if you join the Patreon, you can also join our Discord. I was just chatting with executive producer Michael Beckwith. He went back and was because Val Kilmer, R.I.P. He was listening to the Batman Forever episode.
Oh,
we used to record in the same room.
Yeah, can you believe
in the
that?
olden days.
Wow, that was multiple houses ago for me.
Yeah. It was it was multiple shirt sizes ago for me anyways. Patreon.com/harmless entertainment. We just did, what was our last monthly movie? It was Gladiator. We just did Gladiator. And next month we're going to be following Gladiator up with the logical successor, Surf Ninjas.
Yeah, Joe said Gladiator was a good episode.
Do we have a Surf Ninjas connection in this movie? Not to get ahead of ourselves on casting.
Yeah,
I think the Prince is a surf ninja.
I believe so.
Our friend Alex, I think that was the movie she was extra in.
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't Three Ninjas? It was
maybe it
Ninjas?
was Three Ninjas. She was in LA.
How many surf ninjas are there? And could they also have been Three Ninjas?
Yeah,
And
is it like
one?
is it like a square and like a
what's the
parallelogram thing?
What's the math behind the ninjas? Is what I
And which one? There was a ninja movie that had Ernie Reyes, who's in this. He's the little prince.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, definitely. It might have been Surf
we've
Ninjas.
talked about him from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
He was a
movies and
turtle.
shit.
Well, he was like Donatello.
He was in the Turtles too.
I think he was Donatello.
He was.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that. Yeah, there's 4.
Yeah, it's one of them.
No, he was Kino. He was not a turtle.
I thought he was a turtle. I
thought later he was, I thought so too. I mean, Al's
I
right.
swear it told me he was the internet told me he was a turtle.
I thought
He is in Surf Ninjas.
He was Donatello
Yeah.
in 1990s.
Yeah, so after whatever
Actually,
movie
two of
that
them,
was.
both of them. He was Donatello. He was in the costume.
What?
That's what it tells me.
Why is this telling me he was Kino? Kino was the kid in Turtles 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
Yeah.
a kid.
He was, but he also was in the suit.
He's a martial arts.
He was a
Extra.
stunt. He was a stunt. He was in the suit as a stunt double. So like whenever they were doing karate, he was in
It was
the
him.
Donatello suit.
Yeah, and just a stand-in if he had to interact with Donatello.
Where are you getting that? I'm not finding that
That is on Wikipedia.
Okay. IMDb says otherwise, but
It looks like
digress.
Turtles 2. Yes, Kino. Obviously, he was Kino. But in the first one, he was a Donatello's stunt actor.
Yeah, I remember talking about it.
But yes,
Okay.
he does play Johnny in Surf Ninjas. Oh my God, he was an associate producer of Surf Ninjas? Okay. That's for another episode. If you'd like to hear more about Surf Ninjas,
Consult your local library.
yes. Or better yet,
Or join
subscribe
us next
to our
month.
Patreon. $1
Even
is all
better.
it'll take, and you can hear us talk about Surf Ninjas for 2 hours.
Those are the movies. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That comes to us from executive producer Michael Beckwith. Usually we pick our monthly movies. Michael Beckwith made a request that we do Surf Ninjas, and we honored that request. So Surf Ninjas,
Cabin Boy was an awesome
yeah,
episode.
yeah, Cabin Boy was a lot of fun. So if you want to be an executive producer, we'll actually listen to you.
Uh-huh.
Patreon.com/harmless entertainment. This week, though, on Harmless Phosphorescence, we are continuing our Conan series, The Barbarian, not the O'Brien. We're watching Red Sonja.
Her courage was forged out of fire. Her power, a gift of the gods. Her destiny, to become a glorious new hero. Red Sonja. Only one man on Earth is man enough to win her.
Don't be a fool.
Try it. To love her. To join her great adventure. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Lord Calidor.
Kill them.
Two legends unite to destroy the Earth's greatest evil.
God, Majesty, what you want? The world idol!
We must find a way in. Your Highness learns fast.
I make it a rule never to take a woman unless she can beat me in a fair fight.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Why not?
Brigitte Nielsen. A warrior. A woman. A magnificent new legend.
Just keeps going. Red Sonja.
The muleteer.
The music from that was definitely another movie, and I'm trying to. It's like on the tip of my tongue what movie that music was from. I want to say Clash of the Titans, but I don't think that was it. It was definitely one I watched quite a bit, but that was not Red Sonja's soundtrack they were playing over that. Red Sonja was released July 3rd, 1985. Happy Independence, America.
I know. She's a Marxist, obviously.
Yeah.
Red
Sonja. Yeah. No, I think in my mind for years, I always thought she was somehow Russian.
Yeah. Well, Brigitte Nielsen's from somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. She might be like Ukrainian. I don't know. It's 89 minutes long, mercifully short movie. Cost $17.9 million and it made $6.9 million. So, you know.
I mean, once again, the production's on point. The set designs looked cool. The matte paintings, you know.
Yeah.
Calidor's awesome outfit.
He saved a horse, rode a cowboy.
This didn't seem like it was leftover set pieces.
Yeah.
This seemed like everything was bespoke for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fat for being a fantasy film.
This was filmed in neither Spain nor Mexico.
No, it was
Italy.
Italy. It was full, but they went full De Laurentiis on this one. Yeah.
And he went full Dune at times.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. Those chicks were Benny Gesserits to me, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah. But like fancy disco ball Benny Gesserits.
Yeah, different outfits and shit, but same vibe.
Like an Amazonian Benny Gesserit, basically.
Right, but their little mystic order, you know, those 6 chicks or however many there were that could deal with the orb.
Don't touch the orb, man.
The gender biased orb.
Oh, there's so much weird subtext going on in this movie. Not even subtext, just weird text.
Only a girl can touch my ball.
Right, exactly.
My singular ball.
There was an accident with a tractor.
With a crossbow.
Yeah.
No, with a bedazzler.
I accidentally bedazzled one of my balls off.
One of my balls off. Like, that's how they work. Just one can. All right.
So anyways, this didn't make much money. So let's play the box office top 10 game. This is the game where I will describe the top 10 movies of the week using the mostly Box Office Mojo description. Guys here are going to try to guess what movie I am describing for the week of July 3rd, 1985.
Wow. Summer of 85?
Yep.
Let's see if we collectively can get every one of these. I bet we can.
So this did not open in the top 10. Spoilers.
Really?
Yeah.
They should have named him Conan.
And in fact, it made its entirety. It made less than half of 2 of the movies. It barely made double what one of the movies opened at, and it made less than what the number 4 movie opened at in its first week. The number 4 movie that opened this week made $10 million. This movie in its entirety made $6 million.
More like Dead Sonja.
Yeah. So at number 13, 12, and 11, we've got Beverly Hills Cop, Brewster's Millions, and A View to Kill.
Ah, damn. Those are hot.
Yeah. And at number 10 at the box office for July 3rd, 1985, a young girl saved from a psychiatric experiment by a mysterious stranger is somehow called to another land where she's been before. We did this movie.
Oh, the Oz
Oh, Return to Oz?
Faruka Balk returns to Oz.
TikTok. That's where TikTok came from.
That's They
And
invented
the Wheelers?
that
It's
movie.
my TikTok.
Yeah, that movie invented both Kesha and the Chinese social media app.
That movie still freaks me out.
Yeah. Number 9 this week. I remember describing this movie before, probably on the Return to Oz one, because it's wild. I'm not changing a word. A race of space vampires arrive in London and start infecting the populace, beginning an apocalyptic descent into chaos.
Oh,
Space vampires.
those are the worst kind.
They are.
Because what? Ow.
You imagine if there was a vampire on the space shuttle.
You didn't know. It's better than a werewolf, I think.
Be like, wait, but you worked your way up through NASA and passed all the tests and became an astronaut?
He just suddenly is like, I'm kind of bored. Does anybody want to make out?
Like, no, I can't go in spacewalk. I'll die. Ooh.
We should have known by the way he spoke.
We should have learned from the werewolf we brought that would turn into a werewolf the moment he got into orbit.
Right, because the moon's always full in space.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to have to look and see if that's even,
There has to be a werewolf science fiction story
the
somewhere.
moon
There needs to
never
be, and the
sets in space.
Yeah, and then the tagline, in space, the moon's always full.
That's awesome. But he can also see the sun, so he's just constantly.
It's like, I don't know what's happening. I feel weird, guys.
I don't think I should have become an astronaut.
This has all been a big mistake.
I'm going to get out.
I'm going home.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. I've already walked away far enough.
Okay.
Space vampires. All right, let's see.
Yes.
Is that what it's called? Space vampires?
I wish. I don't think any of us have seen this movie. It's called Life Force.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was wrong about getting them all. They're like, we've been overrun by Draculas.
And Patrick Stewart's in it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder if he's a space vampire.
Can I kiss your neck? No.
No, he's the Space Van Helsing.
Oh, from the Andromeda Van Helsing?
At opening this week at number 8. There's no way to describe this movie without giving it away completely.
Let's see, 85.
A 17-year-old high school student accidentally cock blocks his dad.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
That's right.
Yeah. It opened at number 8. Crazy. Which is...
Huh. Maybe it's just
What?
some word of mouth.
Yeah. No, I think it was a grower.
Yeah, I think
I
people assumed it was a sci-fi movie, technically, but yeah.
Because it would go on.
I can't think of another movie that's as well known that opened as low. Like Forrest Gump? No, Forrest Gump was number 1, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean but it would go on to make $223 million in 1985.
Weird.
That was back when audiences were still divided of like, that's a kid movie or that's a family movie. Like, it's none of my business.
Yeah.
I can't enjoy anything.
Maybe
lighthearted.
E.T. gets home, maybe he doesn't. It doesn't.
I don't know. It's none of my business. I don't want to know.
At number 7 this week.
It had Yodas and shit on it.
At number 7 this week, 2 professional assassins fall in love. Starring Jack Nicholson and Angelica Houston.
Pritzi's Honor?
Pritzi's Honor.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that's one I haven't seen since the 80s. At number 6 this week. While working undercover, a newspaper reporter is offered a bribe by a millionaire with a terminal disease to kill him. Fletch. America's sweetheart, Chevy Chase in Fletch.
I mean, he's only ever played himself, but I think that was the most accurate version of the real Chevy Chase as a character.
Yeah, that was kind of the Cheviest of all his roles.
Just pure sarcasm.
At number 5 at the box office this week, a group of kids discover an ancient map.
Goonies.
The Goonies.
So bear with me for just half a second. Once they get underground,
Yeah.
it's what, like barely a mile of their adventure before they end up back at the cliffs where the ship comes out.
Sure.
All right. Chester Copperpot went looking for that, and everybody knew that he did. And then they were like, yeah, he's probably dead down there. Like nobody went to look for him at all in this very limited space. It's like saying that somebody got lost in a mall. There's no way to find him.
You're right. The footprint of that entire area there is probably roughly the size of a mall with the parking lot.
From the restaurant to the wishing well to the racquetball club and back to the cliffs.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there in the 40s or whatever, they're like, fuck Chester.
We never
like,
liked
it's
him.
It's a series of tunnels. Well, that's not my problem.
Opening at number 4 this week. This movie was big, damn. Didn't have legs though. Opened at number 4 with $10 million. Ended up making 37. So dropped real fast. Interesting. A group of friends just out of college struggle with adulthood.
St. Elmo's Fire?
St. Elmo's Fire. The original Brat Pack movie.
That doesn't surprise me that it dropped off. I watched that a few years ago and I was like, just the way it ends and everything. I was like,
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like it doesn't hold up as well as a lot of the 80s young adult movies.
The Brat Pack movies, yeah.
It's like for a specific kind of troubled person. You know, it's not like a generalized like Breakfast Club is this like anybody is represented. That movie is very much like if you're not one of these 4 types of people that are very specific types of people, it's not for you.
Yeah,
it's a weird movie,
but it always had the vibes of like a younger Big Chill.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's fairly privileged white people with existential problems.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Shut
my
the
dad
fuck
doesn't
up.
love me, and it's like, dude, you're 20. Shut the fuck up.
I'm dissatisfied. I just got out of an Ivy League school, and I'm not living my best life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
that white people bullshit.
It's just a room full of Camerons from Ferris Bueller, where it's like, you're not dying. Get up.
You just can't think of anything fun to do.
You're a rich white kid in the 80s. Go do some cocaine and shut up.
Yes, seriously.
Well, what am I going to do
Cocaine,
for
buy
a
a
living?
car, get a gun. Who cares?
Anything. It's the 80s. You can walk into an office and get a CEO job.
Yeah.
You can buy a house delivering pizzas.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're already rich. So like sell a yacht, buy a house. And
Well, that's part of the existential crisis. Like, I don't want to live on daddy's money anymore. I will. Tell your dad to give me a call.
Yeah. I'll show up to all his birthday parties.
Hell yes. I'll feed him when he's old.
At number 3 this week at the box office, a soldier returns to the jungles on a mission.
Is this First Blood Part 2?
Rambo, First Blood Part 2. Yes, indeed.
Don't go down river.
It's
The
cool.
New Batch. What a weird name for a movie.
So weird. Even as a kid, I was like, I don't understand.
How does it have first
Where
and
this is.
what? Part 2? What?
No, it's crazy that First Blood was so not a Rambo movie in the way we think of Rambo at all.
He's a cop killer.
Well, and he's a severely traumatized soldier.
And the entire thing takes place in the woods of northwestern United States. He's not in Vietnam.
It also takes place at Christmas, so it's a vaguely die-hard Christmas. Yeah, Brian Dennehy.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. It's like Rocky.
Yeah.
Do you think him and Seattle Punisher knew each other? Were they contemporaries?
He's like, you clean up the sewers, I'll clean up the streets.
I'll clean up the forests.
The forest. Don't go down river. Don't go down river to Eugene.
Yeah, exactly. You mean the Willamette?
Yeah, somebody brought Vietnam back home.
At number 2 this week at the box office, a group of trespassers swim in a pool and find themselves under the power of an otherworldly thing.
Holy shit. Cocoon?
Cocoon.
It is Cocoon?
Yeah, I was trying not to say seniors or, yeah.
Wow, I was half joking.
It was 100% Cocoon. And opening at number...
Starring a man that's our age.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley.
Exactly. God damn it.
I know. I hate that most of all.
And opening at number 1 this week, beating Cocoon, St. Elmo's Fire, Goonies, Fletch, Back to the Future, Beverly Hills Cop. Opening at number 1, a mysterious preacher protects a humble prospector village from a greedy mining company.
There will be blood. Wait, I know this.
A movie nobody really remembers.
It's not Norma Ray.
No,
that was 70s.
not Norma Ray. This movie stars Chris Penn.
All right.
Carrie Snodgrass. And it was, let's see, and it was written and, I'm sorry, starring and directed by Mr. Clint Eastwood.
I figured it was a Clint Eastwood. I just couldn't nail down the name.
It's called Pale Rider.
Oh,
Pale Rock.
that's right. That's an all right movie.
That reminds, I guess the description
about
fits. Yeah.
And on him set death.
Yeah, it's just, it's crazy that movie opens at number 1 over St. Elmo's Fire and Back to the Future.
Goonies and Back to the Future.
The world used to be very different.
Yeah, like I said, adults thought they only could watch serious,
Yeah.
Like, you go to Back to the Future, I'm going to see the Deer Hunter again.
Like, okay.
Get him out. Yeah, exactly.
And that is the box office top 10, which brings us to the character and comic book background, Professor Weber. Tell us what we need to know about this Crimson Lady.
Wearing.
Yeah, this mullet-wearing Crimson Lady.
I'll try. Red Sonja is a sword and sorcery character created by writer Roy Thomas and artist Barry Windsor Smith for Marvel Comics in 1973, partially inspired by Robert E. Howard's character Red Sonja of Rogatino, Sonja with a Y. Howard's Red Sonja was in a 1934 short story, The Shadow of the Vulture, an historical fiction set in the 16th century.
She was a pirate, wasn't she?
Red Sonja is a gunslinging warrior woman of Polish-Ukrainian origin with a grudge against the Ottoman Sultan.
Who doesn't have a grudge against
Yeah, stupid Sultan.
Ottomans?
Despite being created by Howard, Red Sonja of Rogatino has no connection to Howard's Conan the Barbarian character.
Now you tell us.
Barry Windsor Smith is one of the greatest artists. If any listeners haven't checked him out.
Red Sonja with a J debuted in Conan the Barbarian number 23 in February of 1973.
Red Sonja with the J, but not where you think it is.
But it is.
But it 100% is, yeah.
And Roy Thomas also invented the square hamburger. for Wendy's.
I prefer more natural hamburgers, round.
I love that changing the shape of something makes it more appetizing.
Right.
Round Pop-Tarts. I think there's less Pop-Tart. You guys were talking about that earlier.
Roy Thomas created a new origin story and transposed Howard's Sonja with a Y to the Hyborian age to interact with Conan the Barbarian. Arguably a completely different character. In 1975, Marvel Comics published the first issue of Red Sonja after the character headlined Marvel feature for 7 issues that same year. So what I said before about Conan being the first Marvel character in movies, this Red Sonja, a creation of Marvel, found its way into a movie 3 years?
No.
2 years.
Howard the Duck came out.
1 year.
Came out just. Howard the Duck was 1 year later, right?
1 year later, yes,
yeah.
1986. I had to go back and check the.
And
this is 1985.
Howard was another property where it's like he was mostly featured in one-off magazines, and strange or epic tales, or you know what I mean, the magazine format like Conan was. Anyway,
where was that?
Comics in the 60s and 70s were really just doing whatever. They're like just.
yeah.
They're like, what's this guy? He's like a business guy, and then sometimes he, fights people.
Yeah,
So in
the comics code was no longer paying attention.
Yeah. And everybody that was reading it was on acid or cocaine.
Yeah, nobody paid attention. They could do whatever.
In the opening credits of this movie, it states that it's based on Howard's character, a character created by Robert E. Howard. However, this character is clearly much more based on the comic creation.
Right. I think they were just really trying to draw that Conan connection.
Yeah. Sonja's origin story. Sonja lives with her family in the Western Hyrcanian steppes. When she is 21, a group of mercenaries kills her family and burns down their house. Sonja attempts to defend herself but cannot lift her brother's sword. She is raped by the leader of the group. Answering her cry for revenge, the red goddess Skathach appears to her and gives her incredible fighting skills on the condition that she never lie with a man unless he defeats her in fair combat.
Strange caveat.
Yeah.
Like, that's conveniently vague.
I'll sleep with you when I'm dead, in other words.
Red Sonja teamed up with Conan in numerous stories, but also had a couple team-ups somehow with Spider-Man. And one with Wolverine.
What? Hold on.
Yeah, there's a Spider-Man Red Sonja crossover.
Did he go to her time or vice versa?
Yeah. Did she come to like New York in the 70s?
Yeah, she got a job at the Daily Bugle.
Didn't dive that deep. She was,
understandably, but
she was she was also a photographer. She was Peter Parker's competition.
He's like,
this was pre-Eddie Brock.
She prayed in a church for for Peter Parker to die, and then venom fell on her.
They're like, I love your photos of Cordo Maltese.
And another team up with Wolverine in a What If issue in which Sonja is defeated by Wolverine and becomes his mate.
Okay.
He's so tiny.
What ifs were crazy. What year was that? Was that like 85, 86?
I'm not sure.
Because that era, that's the era of what if Tony Stark wasn't an alcoholic, but addicted to food?
What if your mom was an Avenger?
I'm checking real quick to see if I can find that year.
That Tony Stark being addicted to food is one of my favorite Marvel panels of all time because he's just surrounded by like McDonald's wrappers. And his gut is hanging out of the iron suit somehow.
He's
Like
all-
that's a quote.
It's a lack of Iron Man.
It doesn't give me the year. Wikipedia doesn't, but it's based on the surrounding citations. It's between 1979 and 1986, which is a long span. But
Yeah, but
It tracks for the era. Wolverine gets a mate by fighting her. What if? Like, nobody wants to read that.
What if a tiny man fell for a giant woman?
there's a
The
whole
red-
genre on Pornhub about that.
Yep, exactly. I'll show you what if.
the Red Sonja IP moved to Dynamite Entertainment in 2007, which has been publishing Sonja stories nearly continuously up to the present.
Dynamite.
There is a
J.J. Walker? Nobody?
there's a 2016 quote unquote animated Red Sonja Queen of Plagues.
Yeah.
I started watching that last night and I could not.
Queen
rough title.
of Plagues?
Queen of Plagues, yeah.
How do you get that?
There's a plague happening.
Gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Don't lay with her.
It sounds like yet another ploy to get men not to try and sleep with her. Like, look, I'm the Queen of Plagues. You really don't want this. Like, if you want to sleep with me, you got to kill me. She's just gay. She's just
My
sending a
cooter is a
message.
maelstrom. Don't even
So
get.
it's less animated, more, I guess, motion comic book would be the style of.
Oh, like the Watchmen type ones. The Black Pearl. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, like the Black Pearl segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like stills moving around and mouths barely moving. Anyway,
Pages turning.
I didn't last long watching that movie.
I mean, there's not a lot to her. She's your lesbian aunt with a sword.
And that's all I got for today.
All right. Thank you, Al, for that dive into the.
Oh, what about the long storied history of Calidor?
Everybody's.
Lord
no.
Calidor.
Yeah, is Calidor from Red Sonja?
I think Calidor was made up for this movie.
I think you mean
Yeah, it seems like
Yado.
And what land is he the lord of? He seems nomadic.
Hircania? That's where this
he-
movie takes place, in Hircania.
Okay.
He says it a few times. He's like, I had to travel down from that one place that I'm from. I'm going back to that one place that I'm from. Like,
Yeah, from Aspen.
It's I was gonna say Idaho. Yeah.
Distinguished from
His outfit.
Hyboria. This is in the Hyborian Age, and
Right.
they mentioned the Hyborian Kingdom, I think.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
In the
her
first 10
loca-
minutes, there's 3 exposition dumps.
Yeah. Her location specifically was in Hircania or Hircania,
Harconia.
not Harconia.
Dino. Dino's like just.
HYR.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, they're like, we'd like to put it in Herconia.
I just love the idea that Dino lost so much money on Dune. He's like, I'm just going to keep using Dune stuff because I spent so much money on it. It's mine now.
I know.
His house is just covered in like
Dude.
dune stuff. He's just like sleeping in like a dune pod.
Sand. Brian Wilson, just a giant.
Sand. Yeah.
It gets everywhere, but I love it.
Remember the toothbrushing his
Brian
teeth
Wilson's
furiously?
the opposite of Anakin. He loves sand.
He's all high. I can't get enough. Not the ocean, just the sand. Growing up back east, there were these department stores called Caldor, and that's all I can think of with Lord Calidor. It was the first place I ever shoplifted, and it was a early Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trade paperback.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Black and white, Eastman and Laird. I
Okay.
didn't do a lot of shoplifting, but you know.
At least you were stealing
all
books
sorta
and not
dabbled.
candy or toys, you know?
I got busted for stealing candy. That's what turned my life around.
Oh,
But I was in this small town that my grandfather owned businesses in and grew up in. So they just called him.
Oof. That's
without
worse.
letting me know. And he was like, make him sit there.
when I was 4, I got busted for shoplifting a blow pop because because when I got home, I went and hid and ate a blue raspberry blow pop, and then I came out with my face covered in blue raspberry, like
Blue tongue.
My mom was like, "So, what you been doing?"
Remind me to never do crimes with you guys. You're always getting caught.
Yeah, I'm not a very good criminal. More of a con man. Yeah, we hit up Walmart and Bosch's a few times in high school. McJay figured out how, like, if you kicked something under the fence in the garden center, you could just drive around and pick them up because nobody was in the garden
I watched
center.
a friend of mine do that in elementary school. Just throw things under the fence at the garden center. I'd go out and walk around and pick them up. Like,
like
oh
a
dang,
dump.
so somebody must have already got the thing I threw under the fence. People would be
He'd
stealing the
just
shit
pick like
he's
a
trying to
double
steal.
CD set of something, just take it to the back of Walmart. It's too easy.
Oh, Walmart. We used to follow around the guy that would follow people around for shoplifting because they had like a plainclothes person.
Sure.
And we would follow the plainclothes person around. Be like, hey, how long have you worked at Walmart for? And he'd hurriedly walk away.
When they built the Walmart in Sarita, that was all we had to do. First, the McDonald's came so we could hang out there. Then the Walmart, and we just hung out there.
Yeah, we had a Walmart about a quarter mile from my house growing up, or not a quarter mile, half a mile from my house in Yuma. So that was where we spent most weekends and afternoons.
Life in small town exurbs. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that brings us to the production of the film. Thank you, Al. Red Sonja was another. It was made to be a spin-off of Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer by Dino De Laurentiis. Now, originally, he hired Ralph Bakshi to direct. Ralph Bakshi dropped out and was replaced with Richard Fleischer, who had previously directed Conan the Destroyer, which we just talked about. This was written by Clive Exton and George MacDonald Fraser. Clive Exton also wrote, let's see, some Poirot scripts. Looks like a bunch of British TV stuff. A bunch of, British TV movies and stuff. And The Awakening, which was a 1980 British horror film. George MacDonald Fraser is, wrote Octopussy.
That was written.
Right. The 70s Three Musketeers movies. Let's see. A lot of really B stuff. Flashman and the Angel of the Lord. Well, that's a novel. He wrote a novel called that. Okay, that came from his own brain. All right.
Guardian Angel and BMX.
Right. Yeah, so some really top tier writers that De Laurentiis hired on here. Now, when this was written, Arnold Schwarzenegger signed on to do a cameo. Now, they did not have the rights to use the Conan name in this, which is why he's not Conan.
How did they not get the rights?
If it's Dino himself.
Yeah,
because there was with the film rights stipulated that Conan had to be the lead, the title character in any movie in which he appeared.
So why not make a Conan and Red Sonja movie? Because they made a Conan and Red Sonja movie.
and negotiated that.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, they made a Conan and Red Sonja movie, but they didn't. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't know they were going to do that, so he showed up for what he thought was going to be a cameo and a few days' work. Only to find that day after day, more script pages kept appearing in his trailer until 3 weeks in, he realized he was the co-lead of the film.
Jeez.
When he shows back up in the movie, I was like, what the fuck? Where did he come from? His trailer, I guess? Like, they're like, we need you back in the movie, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Arnold Schwarzenegger did not intend to star in this film. He accidentally ended up.
I tripped and fell, and then I was Calidor.
And again, in Italy, this was titled Yado, and Schwarzenegger was the only one on the poster because he introduces himself at one point as Yado, even though he is Lord Calidor.
Jeez.
So his full name is Yado Calidor.
His bar mitzvah is this weekend.
So
that was just in the Italian market, right?
In the marketplace.
I think
In the Italian version?
I think in the regular version he does introduce himself as Yado. It's just glossed over very quickly.
Missed that.
Yeah, and I mean, Schwarzenegger has like a long line and he Schwarzeneggers over the whole thing. So the music was done by Ennio Morricone.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
But of course, he has more than 400 scores for cinema and television, so dude just liked to work.
Yeah, it was like Jerry Goldsmith or what,
Yeah.
But it's still impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
To see that name.
Yeah, and
amongst so many names you didn't recognize.
And it's not a bad score.
No, they produce these movies. I mean, Dino puts together a product.
Yeah. So in addition to Arnold Schwarzenegger as Lord Calidor, it stars Brigitte Nielsen as Red Sonja. This is her first screen role.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had talked briefly about the Surreal Life that was popular, and so she and Flavor Flav had an ongoing love affair.
Yeah.
Andrea and I had only been dating for a few months, but it was our first Halloween, and I was Brigitte Nielsen, and she was Flavor Flav, and we nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah, nailed it.
That's awesome.
I just look like a woman, so like, if she wasn't standing near me, I just was a guy who dressed as a woman for Halloween.
Sure.
But as soon as Flavor Flav walked up, people were like, "Whoa!" That was a good one.
Yeah, the Brigitte Nielsen Flavor Flav era of reality television was wild.
Yeah, she called him Poopy Poopy.
Yes. And they ended up with their own show, and then after they broke up, Flavor Flav got an additional show in which he tried to find a new girlfriend called Flavor of Love.
Yeah, with New York.
Yeah, New York. That's right.
Famous. Yeah, great.
Brigitte Nielsen did win the Razzie for Worst New Star for this movie and Rocky IV combined.
Wow.
Which both came out in 85.
So funny. She might be Dutch or something like that.
No,
She's from Copenhagen.
Oh, Danish. Close.
Yeah. Brigitte Nielsen. Of course, this and Rocky IV.
I just don't know why they, a character whose hair is sort of a focal distinction, and they gave her the worst hairdo I've ever seen.
That was
on a woman.
A terrible hairdo.
Why wouldn't you have flowing locks? Like, who cut this mullet of a nightmare? I don't know.
Well, and it had, it was
made
awful.
no sense.
They
Anyway.
basically just stuck extensions on the back of her head.
Yeah, it's so strange. I would have had just like Amazonian locks, just fucking Yeah.
I assume she just was busy cutting the sides of her hair because that's the part that bothered her, and she left
Like as soon
rest for the party in the back.
As soon as we get mirrors, yeah, the party in the back. So sword fighting up front.
Okay, so she and Schwarzenegger, it has been confirmed by both of them, had an affair during the filming of this film. Yep. She
also dated Stallone. Which is wild. That's like dating Coke and Pepsi.
Right.
Seriously.
This is the first verified instance of Arnold Schwarzenegger cheating on Maria Shriver.
Oh, they were already together?
Yep.
He was already a Kennedy in '85.
They weren't married yet, but they were seeing each other publicly.
So watching this on Amazon, X-Ray pops up. The very first comment that pops up when this movie starts is a quote from Maria Shriver telling Arnold, "If this doesn't kill your career, nothing will."
Mm-hmm.
Except Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Too soon. Oh, those poor Kennedys. All right, anyway.
Yeah, poor Maria Shriver. Poor Maria Shriver.
Yeah. What a hard break.
Anyone watching White Lotus?
Yes.
That Arnold Jr. or whatever that Schwarzenegger kid is, like, oh my God, he's giving some real Eric Trump vibes.
He was in Gen V, the like boys spinoff.
Oh, that's right.
He was good in that.
Yeah. I forgot
Golden
about
Boy.
that. Yeah. Yeah, but
he's a good actor. He's giving off vibes that the character demands.
Absolutely.
I like him more than the Eastwood kid.
Oh yeah, the Eastwood kid was like a fucking a brick.
Yeah. He seems like a guy raised by Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, seriously. He's like, I just do what my dad did when he was at home.
Like Jack Quaid has his own skin, but it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You just sat around with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, whereas Maya Hawke seems like exactly half Ethan Hawke, half Uma Thurman.
Yeah, exactly. Equal parts.
You can tell that she was lovingly parented by both of them, and it almost makes her annoying. Because it's like, God damn, I love both your parents as actors, but fuck, you just seem like both of them, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
She's great. I don't dislike Maya Hawke, but yeah. Nepo babies, man.
Yeah, no, you can see her parents coming through.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because apparently she was growing up at the same time. She was almost the exact same age as the kid in Boyhood when Ethan Hawke was filming Boyhood for 12 years. But
that's interesting. I wonder if that had not to get too deep on the Ethan Hawke thing, but had a lasting effect on his parenting also.
Well, okay, so in Boyhood, he gives the kid like a mix, a Beatles solo work mix tape. Mm-hmm. That is actually what he gave Maya Hawke for her 15th birthday.
That's really cute.
Yeah, I mean,
anytime I see her with her parents, it's fascinating because, they seem like they did a good job.
Well, the first crop of those Gen X parents who I think have been great parents. Maybe we weren't as politically active as we could have been, but like my friends are good parents. I've seen good parents. And so, like that first of the Gen X kids where we're not going to let them have free reign, but at the same time, we don't need to get upset about the dumb shit our parents got upset about.
Truly the anti-boomer approach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, I left dirty dishes in my room. You lost your fucking mind. Yeah. Anyway.
So, all right. Brigitte Nielsen. Best known for dicking down Flava Flav. Paul L. Smith.
Unrelated to Maya Hawke in every way.
Paul L. Smith stars as Falcone. Falcone. Yeah. Paul L.
Prime boss of Gotham.
Yeah. Paul L. Smith we saw previously as Bluto in Robert Altman's Popeye.
We also have another guy, the guy whose name is Loki backwards.
Yes. Yeah.
E-Cole.
Yeah.
Eichel.
Pardon me.
Speaking of, we also saw Paul Smith as Glasu Raban in David Lynch's Dune.
That's why I recognize him. He's the guy with the eyebrows.
Yeah. As we mentioned earlier, Ernie Reyes Jr. is Prince Tarn. He, of course, we'll see him soon again in Surf Ninjas. We saw him in several Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Yeah, he was wrapped up in that short round craze.
Yeah.
Just give him a little.
Well, and he was a stunt supervisor on Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, he's a little Jackie Chan type.
Yeah.
Just a badass martial artist who trains people.
As we mentioned, Eichel is Ronald Lacey.
Saw him in Raiders.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He was Arnold Ernst Todt in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
He burns the amulet in his hand.
That guy. Although in this movie there was a solid 25 seconds when I was like, is that Wallace Shawn?
I did too.
Yeah.
I thought so too. Yeah. Yeah.
my dinner with Eichel. Oh, inconceivable.
My dinner with Lord Calidor.
I feel underdressed, Lord Calidor. So I'll have a martini and a bedazzler.
Pat Roach plays Lord Breytag. Who the fuck was
You've
Lord
seen him,
Breytag?
right?
Oh, he's the guy in the cave. Okay.
The toll.
Yeah.
You have to pay the troll toll.
He was also in Raiders.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He was the bald guy at the plane, right?
Yeah, big burly German
The bald Nazi. Yeah.
at the plane.
Who got propellered.
You got propellered on MTV's propellered.
And Sven Ole Thorsen is back. This is like, what? How many weeks in a row have we seen this dude? This is at least the third. He was in Conan Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer. We've seen
He was
him
in Gladiator.
He was in Gladiator. He was in
Yes,
He was in
sure
Ghostbusters 2. He was in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Wow.
He was in Jingle All the Way.
These are like Hugh Jackman numbers.
Yeah.
Is he our most seen?
He was in a lot of movies.
Is he in superhero movies?
No, he doesn't appear to have made it into any superhero.
Was he ever
movies.
a Bond villain?
Not that I can see, no. But yeah, this dude has been in a lot of movies. He would work again with Arnold in The Running. Oh, he was in The Running Man. There's another one.
That's right.
That's it. His name stands out so much.
But yeah,
especially from our Galaxy Quest episode.
Yeah, he worked with Arnold a lot. Oh, he was in Total Recall. Jeez.
Damn. Yeah, Brian's right. We might have done this character actor more than any other actor.
Yeah.
Because I think Jackman right now, as far as Jackman has the most appearances in superhero movies.
Jackman is our number one. Downey Jr. I think was our number two.
I think this guy might be a contestant for 3, maybe even 2.
Because all the other icons only did 1 or 2. But Keaton did 2 Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toby did 3 Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but RDJ, obviously did crossed over in a lot of MCU movies, and then we had him in a couple monthly movies, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but
yeah,
Sven was in Batman and Robin as a stuntman, stunts only.
Hey, good old Sven.
Yeah, I mean that's it. He's a type. You need a big burly Hyborian. Thornton, that's upper north.
That's it. That's our main cast. I'm not going to go through every.
There were a couple I wanted to mention, mostly because of their Raiders connections. Terry Richards was Jart He was the He was the bandit that
Jart.
yeah,
Jart.
I just had a jart in my jorts.
DJ ART, like Django, but Jart.
DJ Art.
It's like a Django fart.
DJ Art's a dope name.
He was the bandit that had Prince Tarn strung up. He was the swordsman in Raiders that got shot.
Oh, right.
Yeah, did the sword play. And then the wizard Tuts Lemko. It's a Norwegian guy, but he played an imam in Raiders.
Tut Lemko, a.k.a. the bass player from Spinal Tap.
And he was the fiddler in Fiddler on the Roof.
Sure. Was he?
Sure. Yeah. I'll also mention Janet Agron as Varna, Red Sonja's sister.
And the Queen was in one of the.
Oh, the
Conan
Queen! I
movies.
forgot to
That's
mention
right.
the Queen. Yes,
She
of
was in the
course.
last one or the first one?
She was in the
The first
first one. Yes, the Queen.
What was her name? Gargamel?
Valeria.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Grondin or something.
Sandal.
It's with a G.
Grondin. Sandalberg. Sandal Bergman was the hot
Queen
lady.
Grodin?
The hot lady in the first one that Arnold was in love with.
I wish she was played by Charles
Valeria.
Grodin.
Valeria. But in this one,
The one who died.
yeah, in this one, she has dark hair and is
Sorry, my imagination is just Charles Grodin with that mask on.
Yeah, with the gold mask on.
And just them it was a lady with a golden mask. It's just Charles Grodin.
Yeah, he had no
Touch it.
integrity.
Touch the
He
orb.
was just stoic. He was in the dog movies. All right.
yeah. So Red Sonja has 21% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was reviewed by Siskel and Ebert.
First, Roger begins with an adventure film set not in the future, but in the past.
It's set in the past, all right. That moment in movie history between the introduction of horseback riding and the obsolescence of the brass brassiere, known as sword and sorcery. Our first movie is named Red Sonja, and this one gets the prize against some very tough competition as the single silliest sword and sorcery movie since The Black Shield of Falworth. This one is so inept there are times when it's actually fun, especially when the actors struggle through dialogue that sounds like they've already read the Mad Magazine parody of this film. The movie stars Bridget Nelson as Red Sonja, a woman warrior who embarks on a crusade to avenge the terrible deeds done to her by an evil queen. And in this scene, Arnold Schwarzenegger turns up to demonstrate that she'll never walk alone.
I will tell the future in your entrails, Red Woman.
I know my future. You have none.
Watch out, Sonja! I just love that. Later on, they fall in love, which is a little complicated, since she has taken a vow never to love a man who cannot defeat her in battle. And, as Arnold argues, not unreasonably, if he defeats her in battle, there's not going to be much left for him to love. Here's the big confrontation between the two women in the film, Red Sonja and Queen Gedrin, played by Sandal Bergman.
You are a fool. We could have ruled the world together. Now I shall rule alone, and you will die for what you did to me. What I did. You slaughtered my parents, like cattle. My brother, my sister. Vermin! What were their lives compared to this? You're mad. The talisman will destroy you.
long time since I've heard a line like, "You're mad, the talisman will destroy you." Meanwhile, they're dropping dirt directly in front of the lens,
Exactly.
right there. It's inches away from the camera. It's supposed to be falling on them.
You know what I saw when I saw that scene? I was thinking, you know what? If they'd only had plastic surgery back then in the Middle Ages, the movie would have been over.
But how about her sister, my brother, my family? Not only did she wipe out her family, but she also killed her sister and her brother.
Yeah, but they were vermin.
Now that's really going to. There were times during this whole movie when it was so ridiculous that I really did think it might be a satire of sword and sorcery movies, just like Airplane took on Airport. I love that line that they have in the movie.
Yeah.
If you want to be a great swordsman, you must have a great sword. Very thoughtful. Also, the way the movie respects the single greatest unwritten law of sword and sorcery movies, which is that when the hero is surrounded by 36 enemies, they always come at him one at a time. They get in line once at a time so he can pick them off instead of they could all just jump on him and kill him, which of course they never do because then the movie would be over, which would be too much to hope for.
Oh, of course. And my favorite moment, I guess, but see, I didn't for a minute believe this was unintentionally funny. I thought this was just bad movie making, to be clear about that.
Well, it's a thin line.
No, I say that when you take a figure, a religious figure like a Buddha, and you place him, and this was, I mean, I don't mean any disrespect, but
I wonder how you're going to be able to describe this.
Well, let's put it this way. The Buddha in this film that they have near the camp looks like...
He's taking a dump.
The Buddha looks like...
Now we know why he looks so contented, right?
Oh, I guess you got to see the movie. I don't want to say that because I don't see the movie. The Buddha looks like he's going to the bathroom.
Thank you very much. Coming up next is the most voted thumbs down for Red Sonja, sword and sorcery epic that was laughably bad.
First, Roger begins with an adventure.
Okay.
It's fun when they're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, he was on point with the dialogue being the Mad Magazine parody.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, Red Sonja. Yeah, I think we talked about this briefly. In watching this, I'm like, I don't remember any of this, so I'm left to question if I ever did actually watch it.
I wonder myself, yeah. I don't remember this at all.
I thought I had, but I don't know.
Because I would have at least remembered Ernie Reyes.
I vaguely remember the end and the Prince kid from seeing it on TV, I think. I thought I had seen this a lot more too.
Yeah. Apparently nobody saw Red Sonja.
Over the years, I had forgotten about the Prince kid. But when watching it, the same thing happened to me watching Conan the Destroyer. Is like, I don't feel like I've ever seen this movie. And then I watch it and it's like, I remember every bit of this movie.
Yeah, the first two I saw.
I had that with Destroyer for sure. With this one, I never felt that familiarity. Yeah. So that's about it, guys. You ready to jump into Red Sonja? That's what she said.
If she finds me worthy, I guess, you know.
I guess after she murders me, we can smash.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This is Red Sonja. We open on text telling us that Sonja's cool and the world sucks. Then we cut to a burning house where Sonja is taking a little nap. She gets woken up.
Another exposition dump.
Yeah.
By that ghostly Muppet from the night before, or
right.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, exactly. We get woken up by a female spirit who recaps to Sonja what just happened to her.
That's not Princess Arlan from Dune,
right? I thought it was. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It seemed like the librarian from the first scene of Ghostbusters too, a little bit. So because Queen Gedrin was really into Sonja, but Sonja was for sure strictly dickly.
This is a scorned lover story.
Yeah. Yeah. Red Sonja was so disgusted by the idea of lesbian sex that she let the queen murder her entire family and burn her house down.
Let is...
Well, she made her choice.
So Sonja scars her face. She's like so disgusted that she like grabs an axe or something
and sticks an F on her face, basically.
Yeah. To their credit, that was a pretty cool
F-U
effect on her face when they first did it.
Sure. Yeah.
Doesn't pay off later, but I was like, oh damn, that's a pretty brutal scar.
Like Josh was saying, the effects and the art direction and everything in this film isn't bad. It's just everything else.
Yeah, when you think about what, obviously some of the monuments were matte paintings, but then a lot of them were practical foam.
I thought the giant elephant unicorn bone bridge thing was pretty cool looking.
Yeah, that matte painting was really cool.
The Buddha taking a dump and you have to go under his legs.
Yeah.
Gene is so devoid of humor that he said going to the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, Gene.
The most pedestrian way to put it.
Just every time I encounter Gene, more and more it makes sense that his favorite movie is Saturday Night Fever. It's just like, yeah, that tracks, Gene. That fucking tracks.
I believe it.
So, so apparently all of her family was then murdered, except for her sister for some reason. Don't know where she is or why she was. Maybe she was already a priestess.
She was off at college when it happened.
Yeah, I assumed it was an older sister who was already at witch college or whatever.
Hogwarts. Calidor, that's 10 from Gryffindor.
So yeah, anyways, she the good witch of the West tells her that hey, so you were just raped and your family was murdered. So here's a sword. Be strong.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you magic now.
With your hair.
Yeah. She gives her magic strength and sword fighting abilities. Then we get a credit sequence over shots of not Conan riding a horse and riding a horse and riding a horse and riding a horse.
Looking at bridges, turning around.
Yeah. He would occasionally just stop and turn and look at something else and then ride a horse some more.
In the other direction, back where he came.
Yeah.
Well,
the concept of him going back and forth was
I assume he intended to cross that bridge.
Sure.
But he never came to it.
When he came to it.
But it was destroyed. Had to find another way around.
Yeah. It's just an odd thing. It doesn't go anywhere like that bridge. The horse is like, you know what? I'm fine with this.
So
at the temple, they wonder where he is.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, did this whole thing happen? Wait, did this whole movie happen because that bridge was out, so he had to find the long way to the temple?
Oh, probably.
Holy shit. Yeah.
On my second rewatch, yes. Him turning around and going,
He's got lost.
This is how the movie happens? Is Arnold doesn't make it in time?
Is Arnold had to take a detour because of construction?
I was going to say, yeah.
He's like, why didn't this pop up on Waze?
Yeah. Another movie that could have been solved by a cell phone.
Yeah.
Just getting the Department of Transportation alert.
So yeah, we cut to the temple and Sonja's sister has got the talisman, a giant green glowing orb.
Today's the day they're doing shit with it.
Which created the entire world and all living things.
Yeah, I wouldn't have ceremonies where we open up the thing and take it out.
No. I would not.
I'd be like, the destroyer of worlds, it's just in there. It's in the safe. You gotta trust me.
Yeah. I like
throw away the key.
Yeah. Stop fucking with it.
Exactly.
For your ceremonies.
And why is your closey cement thing so slow?
It's like passing around the Shroud of Turin or something. Like, all right, everybody touch it. Make sure you get the feel.
If you're feeling a little spicy, you can rub it on yourself.
Don't worry about stains.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, they start doing their special, very, very slow ceremony, which luckily for us also contains a fair amount of exposition as to what this thing is.
So much exposition. The entire movie, and all dialogue should be intentional. There shouldn't be a never mind. But God, everything they say, you're mad. You'll never get the talisman. Only a man who.
Yeah.
Like there's no conversational dialogue whatsoever.
Yeah, no. At some point, someone should have been like, yeah, we all know that. Why are you saying it out loud?
Yo, it just happened to me. I just woke up.
Why are you? Yes.
This isn't the past.
Also, that seems to have happened roughly 24 hours before the rest of the movie.
while the bridge inspector just rides around.
Yeah. So, anyways, they're trying to destroy the talisman before it can be used for evil. And they're like, sorry that we're destroying the thing you used to create the universe, God. But this crazy lesbian queen's about to show up.
For our lesbian party.
So Gedrin, along with Wallace Shawn, show up and kill all the priestesses.
They're like, we knew it was today. You shouldn't have announced it in the paper.
Yeah. We have access to your calendar, right?
Yeah.
You added them into Signal chat?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, yeah. You left it shareable in Google Docs.
So yeah, they show up, they kill a bunch of priestesses. Then they make some of them jump into the hole where they were going to put
That is the most shocking part of the whole movie to me, is them pushing these witches headfirst
into the hole.
Meanwhile, Red Sonja's sister's just like, I think I can get out through this hole in the wall that's always been here that no one else decided to use.
Right. Well, none of these women know magic of any kind, sorcery.
They've got the talisman.
They're like, we have the power of running around.
No, they got the talisman, which apparently makes all men disappear. So why weren't they just shoving the talisman at these guys?
Running around with it. Touch.
Also,
it's like dodgeball tag kind of thing.
Wallace Shawn throws a ninja star?
Yes, he does.
From above, perfectly horizontal into her
from
chest.
a window.
Yeah.
But then when they showed the exterior, it was like it was barely up there. He just jumps up, throws it, jumps back down.
I feel like that the blocking of him throwing a ninja star, also like a ninja star, what the hell? But throwing it from the top down into her chest horizontally is like just the rest of this movie in a nutshell.
Well, and it's funny, the ninja star does feel out of place, and then you realize how Asian oriented
it weirdly is.
Yeah, it weirdly is.
Yeah,
the Hattori Hanzo sword and the like Fu Manchu type master.
It's like it's like the year before the Karate Kid came out, so they're like, let's get a Karate Kid in here.
Have an old kung fu master teach this warrior princess how to sword fight with long swords.
This mulleted Danish gal.
Yeah.
She's so hot right now.
So they kill everybody except for Sister Sonja. Yeah. Sister Christian.
Sister Soldier.
Yeah. She runs away, zip lines, but while zip lining, she gets shot in the back with a crossbow.
Only this magic I've studied for so long can help.
Have you guys watched? I think you should leave the.
No,
I haven't yet.
Oh, the zip line thing. I've seen the zip line bit.
That's hilarious. That's how they were talking to him. It was like on Fallon or something. And he was like, no, I spent a full 7 hours ziplining. I did some tricks.
Wow.
He was so excited about the zip line. So she zip lines straight into Arnold Schwarzenegger's arms.
Now I'd pay to take that zip line. Right. I have no desire to try it otherwise, but if it ended with an Arnold hug.
Sure.
I love, though, that she got shot in the back while hanging on to a zip line. Let's go with one arm. The other arm's just like, I'm hanging on. And then dies.
Right. She doesn't wrap
15
her
seconds
wrist
later.
No, she doesn't die. She holds on long enough for Arnold to go over the next hill to get her sister.
I gotta take
that's right. She lives
this one's blocked off.
Just long enough.
He just leaves her there.
Your sister is dying. Come with me.
That line is
hilarious.
Your sister is dying. Okay, that's vague. Did you kill her? What's happening? What does she have?
She got shot with the crossbow while ziplining.
Like, did you see that happen?
Like, just as the prophecy foretold.
Also, I want to say this about the ziplining rope bridge thing. I was very disappointed that they didn't cut the rope behind them.
Yeah, because they could have just ziplined down there.
Because there's another zipline rope that she doesn't use.
I can't believe they didn't have a contingency plan for people fucking with the orb.
All right.
It just became a frat party when the cops show up. Just everybody running.
They spend all their time looking at the orb. Nobody ever ponders the fucking orb.
Well, it takes so long for that thing to slide open. It's like one of those self-cleaning toilets in Japan. It's just like, oh. Jesus Christ. Why open it? Why open it?
I'm going to go out and have a smoke while this thing finishes.
While it opens. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, all right. So, there's also somewhere in here the scene where we discover that the orb makes men go poof.
Touch it.
A weirdly gendered orb for one that created the entire universe.
Right. Why did it go with binary reproduction then?
Yeah. So yeah, anyways, Sister Sonja's dying while not Conan. Again, it seems like he just goes over the hill to get Sonja. It's like right there.
And she's waiting. I love that.
I'm going to
die mid-conversation, but I've been waiting. I can follow him on my Apple Watch, and I know that he's not.
Yeah, he leaves her there, goes to get Sonja, who is busy becoming a sword lady with the old Asian guy.
Yeah, you're the master of the master. And then everything following that proves that she's not really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they're long swords and all, but like it's easy to get her sword out of her hand.
Yeah, it really is.
Everyone's always just knocking it away.
And the old Asian sword guy, or what she says, I don't hate all men. He says, well, if I'd heard that 30 years ago, I'd have been happy.
Pretty horny for a monk.
Right?
Yeah. It's like I've just been doing it with this dude for years. Yeah, where is that? I don't know. The Hyborian, right? That's like
right, but yeah.
Northern yeah.
Like I said, it's a ninja star to the right, away from everything. Everything is just a ninja star
and a little martial art
up angle away.
Prince. Everything's everything's a throwing star if you know how to use it.
Who is the prince? Where is his people? If the ladies were in charge of this area, but also Arnold's in charge, who is the acting regent for this area? Who's the governor?
This is no way to run a railroad.
Yeah. It really is. No, but like then the prince is like, they destroyed our city. I'll get another army. But what are you prince over? Where are all the people that live in your city and stuff? Like she didn't kill everybody.
His little henchman is rebuilding a throne that looks pretty shitty to begin with. I don't know. I'm sure this kid didn't have a lot of civil works and municipal ideas.
Yeah.
He wants to be fed and he wants people to feel like shit.
Yeah. Did he just become prince? How long has he been ruling? He's 9 years old.
Alive. Yeah.
So, all right.
I just realized that the sword master Tad Harino was
Tad Chesterton.
was Confucius in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Okay.
Oh, all right. But I love it's like the master from, most Kung Fu movies, but from Kill Bill, except like if he was super nice and didn't believe in harsh training.
So anyway, not Conan shows up. He gets they head back where her sister is in the same place, exactly where he left her after the zipline incident.
And those guys didn't take the long way to finish what they started. They just forgot that she was there.
Some dudes came after them. Not Conan beheaded one of them, but killed the rest.
That's right.
So they did try and come after her, but they didn't try hard enough. I don't know. They didn't keep trying.
They're like, that's good enough.
Quitters.
Yeah.
We ain't found shit.
Paid by the hour, not by the head, I guess.
Yeah.
We make more if we don't find her.
Yeah. So anyways, not Conan and Sonia get back to her sister, who explains all the stuff to her and then dies.
Except where?
Yeah.
So she waited for them to get back, and then, doesn't lead with where they are.
I feel like this death inspired the Marion Cotillard death in The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, God.
She's just like, I've lived long enough to tell you all of this important information.
Yeah.
The exposition death.
Yeah, the exposition death is a long and glorious
staple. Yeah.
Avenge me.
Right. I waited for you. I was able to wait for you.
So, Calidor.
Lord Calidor.
Lord Calidor.
Check out my outfit.
Lord Calidor, who I believe was one of the designers on America's Next Top Model.
Definitely. My Lord Calidor bag.
Is this Conan just doing that thing that kings used to do where they're like, I dress like a lady who works in Las Vegas and I go out and mingle with the people?
Yeah, that's with the Anglo-Saxons. That's exactly what it was. I'm dressed like a Las Vegas.
Right. I did read online that there's a fan theory for all the many fans of the Red Sonja movie that this is Conan dressing as someone, like pretending to be someone different.
Commoner. Yeah,
I have another theory.
Except he pretends to be Lord.
Right.
What if this is Conan's father and mother?
Oh,
I rest my case.
When I first heard his name, I was like, that must be what it is. Like, it's an alias until we know he's Conan. And then I looked it up and it's like, what?
Yeah.
I was waiting for like the end to have like his army or something show up and him be like, I tricked you.
He takes off the already scant outfit to just have the loincloth. It was me all alone.
Pulls off a wig and he's got the bangs.
I was that little boy.
So one thing I forgot to mention during production is that while this did not count as a Conan movie, it did fulfill Schwarzenegger's contract because originally he was supposed to make a third Conan movie, but because this secretly became not just a cameo, he became the second lead. He was able to use it to fulfill his contract with Dino De Laurentiis and thus didn't have to make a third Conan movie.
Imagine if he had lost that battle and this was just a huge waste of his fucking time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he still had to come back for like Conan the Librarian or whatever the next one.
And he wasn't able to make, I think he followed this up with Contra or something. Not Contra, that was Stallone.
Oh.
It was, Cobra was Stallone. Contra.
Contra was Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Contra.
Schwarzenegger, yeah. Commando was Schwarzenegger. Right.
And Cobra was Stallone. Contra was Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So confusing.
Yeah.
I have this running in the background as we speak and realizing that he didn't leave Varna at the gully. He actually took her to this weird bowl giant bull statue and built a fire for her.
But why didn't he just take her?
Oh, the sister.
Why didn't he take her all the way
sister,
to Sonja then?
Yeah, it's the opposite.
Good question.
It's like, I'm not going to call for an ambulance. I'm going to go get the ambulance.
Yeah.
Hey guys, follow me.
Or
She's not gonna make it over this last hill.
Yeah.
Better leave her here.
Can't cross the
I'm going to take you halfway to the hospital, and then I'm going to go to the hospital and bring in the ambulance for the rest of the way to you.
I'm going to walk in and just say your sister has died with no context.
Your sister is dying.
What is it? Cholera? Cancer?
Well, yeah, what is that? Yeah,
Arrow to the
slowly
back.
dying.
Well, dying inside.
Yeah.
Is she under a horse?
Is she under a horse?
It's ennui.
It's ennui. That's the French call.
Yeah, aren't we all? Those who aren't being born are dying.
Yeah, we're all dying.
Yeah. So, anyways, Sonja starts riding. Calidor offers to go with her, but she's a strong, independent barbarian who don't need no man. So she says no. So he secretly follows her.
Yeah,
I think they tricked Arnold.
I think so.
I think they tricked him. And they were like, dude, that's it. Great job. This is the last day on set. He thinks the movie is over at this moment.
Yeah, no, but that seems to be what kept happening. They're like, oh, we got one more page for you. Just a couple more pages, Arnold. You have to stay one more day. Just one more day, Arnold. There's a few more pages.
He didn't have the power that he has now.
Until 3 weeks later, he's like, wait a minute. Am I starring in this movie?
Because his character does not say, okay, Godspeed, be safe. The scene just ends.
Yeah.
They just kept telling him, was like, we're actually not going to use that scene. Let's shoot another one.
Yep. I'm sure Dino is quite the smooth talker.
Yeah, I imagine that he's probably a slimy dude when he's like,
well, yeah, like
got you one-on-one in those like businessy
slimy.
Meetings. Yeah, just being like, oh shit, I'm getting worked right now. Oh shit.
But they weren't sending a PA in to tell Arnold he was extended. Like it was a call or face to face with Dino. Like, I need you, Arnie. Come on, man. I made you.
Yeah.
I am Dr. Dre to your Eminem.
I wonder how much of that actually had played a part. I made you. I made your film career.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some. Yeah.
Even like by the 90s, Arnold, you couldn't tell him what to do. He could make his own choices. But at this point, it was like, you're lucky. You have a weird accent and a dumb name.
He's a pretty agreeable guy from what I can tell, for being a Hollywood superstar kind of thing, especially at this moment in time in, 85 or whatever. Like, his English is still broken and all that stuff. I could see him just being like, all right, whatever, dude, whatever. And not being frustrated about it, being like, I'm still here on this movie. What's happening? Like, oh, it's fun. I get to carry a sword and hang out with a redhead with a mullet.
And keep yelling, Sonja, Sonja.
Well, and he's always been outspokenly about the American dream, about the opportunities he was given and the gratitude. So
yeah,
I don't remember hearing many stories of him putting his foot down and being a prima donna. So I'm sure you're right, Brian. Like, okay, this isn't what I expected. I don't know if I'm that happy with it, but look at this opportunity I'm being given.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, the country I came from literally looked like this at the time.
So Sonja arrives at a soundstage full of rubble, and she meets Prince Tarn and his servant Falcone.
His loyal manservant, the only one they didn't kill.
Yeah.
And he stuck around.
Apparently they killed every single resident of this entire country except for these two. The two most arguably important people to kill.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really a nation left. There's not like he's prince of anything.
Right. If I was that dude, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not taking your shit anymore. You don't have any guards to seize me.
There's
I'm not rebuilding your throne. Sit on the ground, kid. Crisscross apples.
There's some hijinks with a giant hand, and we learn that Gedrin used the talisman to do the stuff. And when Tarn refuses,
and you get the impression that the prince purposely went out on the hand.
Yeah.
And then realized he couldn't get back.
Yeah.
To help him get out of the tree.
Yeah, it's like, but it's also like a cat. He's not actually doing anything to help you help him.
Yeah, exactly. But balancing just fine.
Yeah. Sonja helps him. He wants Sonja to be his cook. She says no, she's not going to do that. She's told that Gedrin lives in the land of perpetual night.
Alaska.
Yeah, exactly. So she leaves them. She arrives at a mountain gate where she meets Lord Brightag. These fucking names, man.
Yeah.
Lord Brightag.
It looks like he makes dryers or something.
Yeah. Lord Brightag. Lord Calidor. Tarn.
Well, at least Brightag seems like a lord. He has a stationary piece of land that he oversees, which, in feudal terms, that's what a lord was. He wasn't a roving lord. Like, you know what? I own your property.
Yeah. No,
I'm out.
He's got a big chair and a bunch of dudes that stand around talking to him in a room. That's what he's got.
That's a lord.
Yeah. What were these guys doing 5 minutes before she arrived? What was Brightag and these dudes standing around in this room doing?
And they're all partying upstairs. I would have just run swiftly through as fast as I could before but instead it's like, come up here. I'd have been like, no.
This bird's gonna fly.
You come down here. I'm not going to a second location, Brightag.
So Sonja has to fight Brightag
because he wants sex.
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody
knocks the sword out of her hands immediately.
Yeah. Immediately.
He's a big dude.
He is.
Yeah, but she's the master of the master.
Yeah.
It's like, I know it's a long sword, it's heavy. But hold on to it, Brigitte.
So she kills him. And then his guys try to fight her. Then Arnold pops up behind him.
Sonja, look out.
So she gets him to promise first, your men won't kill me if I kill you, right? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can totally trust the dude.
Yeah.
Right, guys? And they're like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And she's like,
to have Arnold be the thing that happens when that shit goes sideways. Because I was expecting her to be like, all right, I'll fucking kill all of you guys. But Arnold,
yeah, he just pops up.
He pops up behind them like he was just crouching behind them before.
There was one dude who it's like, you got to watch the tunnel. Man, I always have to watch the tunnel. I want to get in the mix.
I want to watch her get killed.
Yeah, he just pops up. Boink.
No. But do you think he was crouching behind that guy and the guy looked down and he was like, don't worry about me. I'm cool.
So my outfit will blend. Look like Liberace's bodyguard.
the rhinestone caught someone's eyes.
Pew!
I'm the rhinestone barbarian.
Like a rhinestone coat.
Now that is a stage name.
The rhinestone barbarian. Woo. Yeah.
Crouching Arnold, Hidden Dragon.
Don't unleash this. Going into goblin mode.
But also he gives like a total Arnold like look when he pops up where his eyes are bulging out. He's just like, ah!
Yeah. Supplies.
It's his comedy face.
It is.
And his comedy voice too.
I'm also shocked.
It's I'm getting hit with a purse by an old lady face. Like, what? All right, Arnold.
His big white teeth.
So she escapes when Arnold's fighting them. She gets to the woods where she finds Tarn being.
I'm sorry, but like at least two of those highwaymen had jeans on.
Yes, they did.
Just straight up Levi
that. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, it's hard not to. Denim is denim.
Oh my God.
I forgot the Queen is also wearing pants.
Yeah.
Like, pants don't exist in this world.
She just wandered into Burning Man for a second.
That might be the greatest anachronism in this. is people
Like-
wearing pants.
I'm not going to be
Yeah.
threatened by a dude in a hat like that. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm
Yeah.
not taking it.
Yeah.
Get that off your head, you.
Well,
There are enough
maybe pants were
loincloths.
invented way back then, but I don't know. The jeans technology was destroyed.
We
in
lost
the Library of Alexandria.
we lost
Until
the pants
Levi
to time.
Strauss, they uncovered it.
In the age of enlightenment, they used to pore over the old books and be like, what are these pants that they speak of?
And what's this little pocket for?
Lost along with the technology to cut stones for the pyramids.
That's for the teeth that get knocked out. So you can keep them safe until
Be like,
until dentists are created.
Yeah, he's like, I know I can get this back in.
it has the name of the seamstress emblazoned upon the rear end.
Nobody gets between me and my Calvins.
So yeah. Anyway, she finds Tarn being drawn and quartered.
I'm sorry. Tarn?
Tarn.
Are those Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing?
So she frees Tarn, and her and Falcone kill the bandits. Falcone with his
Falcone.
Falcone.
The Italian henchman.
Wasn't it just Falcon?
Was it Falcon?
It was
Falcon.
Falcon.
I
It's
think so.
Falcon.
Okay.
Yeah,
It sounds
but I
like
love
Peter
Falco.
Falk or Falco
All right, it doesn't
or
matter.
Vulcan.
I'm with
Everybody
Thoreau.
says it differently.
He
You
carries.
just watched this movie through.
I don't know. He carries around a.
Watched is a bold term.
Yeah, it really is. He carries around a bone that you can see you can see the seam of where
the
it was.
plastic mold.
Yeah.
He has more than one bone. He brought 2 bones because he needs one to give to the boy
So
for
it's a
later.
It's a 2-bone night.
He's got a hidden bone.
We all do. It's near our green orb.
that he pulls out of his shirt later.
You know.
Like, that looks uncomfortable.
So, hey,
Falcon.
Sonia, made you look.
So, yeah, they decide
Secret bone.
they decide they're going to travel together to the land of eternal night.
We'll know when we get there.
Meanwhile, Gedrin finally gets home with her green orb, and she puts it in her candle room.
Yeah.
So,
She's awesome. Only
Because
cheeks
it
in
needs light for power.
why would
And candlelight is light
From,
that is.
so any
like-
light.
So, like, why not take it outside?
Yeah.
The fuck?
It's the land of eternal
it's
night.
the land of eternal night?
You take
right.
it outside.
All
And go, whoa.
Though when they
think they
get
thought
there,
of
it's
this.
kind of sunny. It's
It's true. It is
pretty
daylight.
sunny for
It
the land of
really
eternal
is.
night.
Eternal dusk.
And also, like, her throne room's brighter
It's a
than that
metaphor.
candle room.
Well, that's the halogen lighting that they had that we also lost.
I
to
would have
time.
I would have taken over the temple that it was in and kept it in that fucking thing.
They killed everybody. Why do they need to leave?
Yeah, but like it's our temple now. Thanks for building this self-cleaning toilet to keep it in.
She's like, no, this is.
The toilet. Oh my God. If they had just used it as a toilet for the rest of the time, that's even worse.
Well, if you've seen them, they're neat, but they move so slow. The rim goes around.
I'm just imagining all the dead priestesses in there. The living ones
The dead priest
crying at the end. Just getting ugh.
thrown into the toilet hole.
Like, we shouldn't have based everything around this orb.
Right. Yeah, no, but she needs to take the orb back because it's the centerpiece of her candle room.
That's right, for her Tupperware parties.
Ties the room together, I guess.
Yeah, the orb really tied the room together.
So Wallace
Did it not?
Wallace Shawn is worried that candles will make the talisman too powerful. And then,
Stop blowing them out. He's just
This
running
is
around
his
the
line.
room.
This is his line.
His helmet's
Like-
awesome.
The candles are too much.
yeah,
Too many candles.
This is a fire risk.
it really
Yeah.
is.
Why is that?
Why didn't you have like 2 big fires instead of hundreds of little fires?
So this is what I would have liked. This is more of a modern movie detail, but there should have been like 2 people going around with like a box of candles replacing candles every 4 hours.
Like,
and there are so many.
She has a lot of ladies in waiting.
She does.
That'd be it's like the minute hand on your
we know those
your candle clock room.
Based on her proclivities, we know those ladies in waiting are not lighting candles.
It's true.
It's her she shed. Like, my husband made a distant building for me to craft in.
Yeah.
Keep orbs and whatnot.
For me to bedazzle things.
Yeah. He didn't want me inside. It works for both of us.
I just imagine that there is a king of the realm who's like, I don't know what my wife is up to, man. She's always gone for weeks at a
She's always looking
time.
for
Whatever.
orbs and shit.
She likes hanging out with lady barbarians.
He's all, I'm trying to
whole thing,
balance the budget in
this is in her wine and art cave. The whole thing.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious if this whole thing is happening behind the back of the actual king of the realm.
He's like, I just came back from Wittenberg.
He's just like, Gedrin, what have you been doing?
Like,
I thought you were doing fashion design.
How much money did you spend at the Gem and Mineral Show?
The gold on black looks fabulous.
How much did that thing cost you? You did what to the priestesses?
So this isn't even your orb.
They call these pants? I'll try them.
Yeah, I've come back with jeans like a Russian who visited America in the 80s. I come bearing jeans.
Never look a gift Jean in the mouth.
Never. Have you ever refused jeans that have been given to you? All right.
So anyway, so then the guy that looks like Harry Shearer from Spinal Tap tells her that enemies are approaching, but he's got like a bug helmet, but he has the same mustache.
The helmets are wild in this.
So she goes to her throne room where her pet spider lives, and everything is skeleton themed.
She's like, it's Halloween every day.
It's like glam. It's like glam skeleton. It's like glam goth.
The pet spider is interesting. I was looking at Conan covers, and there are giant spiders in Conan.
Yeah, man, they were everywhere back then.
It's true. That's
Everything
what happened to
was
pan
giant.
technology.
Yeah, the spiders ate all the pans.
To weave them into better pants.
They're denim webs.
Like a silk spider. Denim has to be woven
denim
slowly.
Spider.
We call them chaps.
So anyways, the magic guy brings up some footage from their Ring doorbell, but it turns out he forgot to close his porn tab.
Seriously, though, who is this lady? Is this just his mind's eye, or was he spying on a person? I have more questions than deserve answers, but like, why? Why did this happen?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
And she's topless, but also wearing pants.
She's got pants on.
Mickey Mouse in it.
So eventually he tunes in the right channel, and Gedrin's mad that Sonja's alive, but intrigued and probably still a little bit horny. So she decides.
And she's upset with her cable package. How it took them so long.
Like, why do I have so many ESPNs? I don't even watch ESPN.
I just wanted internet. Took them so long to find this video.
So she decides not to do anything at that time. We'll just wait.
Brave decision.
Just chill, guys. So
my husband's out of town.
Yeah. So
little lady, is your father or a policeman nearby? Maybe we could talk to him.
So the heroes cross a bone bridge into the land of eternal night, as one does.
Bridges. Another Civil Works program by Lord Calendar. Improving your streets.
This highway,
bridges.
this highway maintained by Lord Calidor.
He's like, this bridge needs to be fixed first and foremost.
That it's infrastructure week at all times in what is this place called? Iberia? Samaria?
Iberia. Oh no, it has a different
Siberia. What is it, Al?
Hyrcania?
Sure. Sounds good.
Birkabane?
New South Wales.
Seattle.
Kamunga.
So
what was Prince's place?
In Minneapolis.
Paisley.
Yeah.
No, what was it?
Paisley Park.
Yeah, Paisley Park. Yeah, Minneapolis. Him and Cal Ripken.
Paul Cobb or something like that.
Oh, where the Prince,
but I love that they're fixing bridges and roads, and you know, it was only a 0.01 increase in sales tax, so that was
it's
Hablock. That's where Tarn was from.
It's infrastructure week in Hablock.
And Hablock.
They got to rebuild the whole thing.
Yeah. So this bridge is fucked.
So on the Bone Bridge, Sonja wants to spank Tarn, but Falcon says
lucky
no.
on the Bone Bridge.
Did you get spanked on the Bone Bridge?
That's where teens used to make out.
Yeah. But yeah, Falcon stops and says, no, spank me. Sonja does not spank Falcon. At night, she wakes up to find Tarn training. She
Lady, you're a little uptight.
Noisily training.
Yeah, noisily training. Hey, he's 9 years old. The kid doesn't know shit.
Yeah, it's a little asshole.
She kind of, takes him down, and he agrees to follow her advice and learn how to train and get better manners.
I do like the moment of him turning around and going like, "Will you teach me to fence and fight?"
Yeah, I mean, Kit's not bad. He's doing his job.
He had the most interesting arc out of all the characters.
He's the only one with an arc.
Yeah, it would have been lacking even more without that character.
Yeah. He is literally
There's no levity. I don't know if they had invented jokes where Brigitte is from, but
yeah. No, he literally is the only character who has any change whatsoever, unless you count Sonja finally being willing to dick down Arnold.
And his dialogue isn't exposition.
Yeah.
He's not telling you where something is or how it works.
Then
I can't think of a line in this movie that isn't besides his, actually.
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
too.
I'm like, Arnold announcing himself, Sonja, look out.
Your sister is dying. There's no fat on that statement.
Yeah. Like,
your sister is dying. Come with me. No time to explain.
Tell it to me straight. What's the word on the street?
I can't think of a single example of a line that isn't exposition in this movie.
No.
That's a lot of candles. Do you really need those to light this thing? I'm out. Like,
yeah, no conversational dialogue. Maybe the Blylock or whatever.
The training scene when she's teaching him how to hold a sword and
I guess that's true.
Whatnot.
But again, it involves him.
I mean,
yeah, it's the only vehicle for not telling us what's going to happen next.
Yeah, for any sort of realism.
Yeah. So, anyways, they create a storm. So Sonja's group has to take shelter in a cavern where there's a dragon serpent killing machine. And then suddenly Calidor pops up again.
Yeah, this community center brought to you by Lord Calidor.
I do like Sonja saying, we can't stay here. The guy's like, dude, it's raining. She's like, I have 4 days.
Fuck your rain.
Every minute counts. I think that was an important thing for her to kind of be pushing along. Still exposition, but important for her to say out loud for her character. Be like, I'm not comfortable hiding from the rain. Like I don't hide from stuff.
Because one of her powers is tenacity.
Like Missy Elliott.
Like nothing will.
I can't stand the rain.
How is that Missy Elliott? I know that it's on that song.
It's Tina Turner, really, but
I'm like,
yeah. Yes. Anyways, Calidor appears. There's an extended sequence of them fighting this thing.
Hey, they paid a lot of money to make that thing. They might as well get 10 minutes of screen time out of it.
In a movie that is 89 minutes long, when you spend a solid 10% of your runtime fighting.
Well, and when you think about it, this dude directed 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, so you know he likes monsters.
I'm more comfortable in the water.
He's thrash around and wrap yourself in the tentacles, so it looks like it's doing it.
Right.
He's like a James Cameron. Like I need to be filming where my cast and crew are in danger constantly.
In water.
Get in there. Get real wet.
Just get on in there. Come on, Falcone.
He's like, all right, lighting guys, get in there too. Let's pull all the electricity
Lather it on.
Water.
Yeah. Put the camera in there.
Like, oh no, I'm a lesbian now.
Something I thought that was actually cool about the giant water worm dragon thing was every time that she hit it with the sword, it clanged like a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it took Caladan to tell her, hey, this thing isn't alive. She needs a lot of help from a man for a strong, independent woman that don't need a man. It's really frustrating wanting this movie to do anything for her.
If you look at the subtext, it's so weird because, there's the evil lesbian who the entire time is just like throughout this whole thing is just like, don't hurt her, get her here safe. She says, don't put a scratch on that perfect skin. Like the entire time she's still into being a lesbian with Sonja specifically, but the whole thing is sparked by her refusal to be gay. And then she can't be independent. She needs a man constantly bailing her out.
Right. She's not gay, but still hates men, which is possible.
Sure.
Human beings are dynamic. But yeah.
There's a lot of really confused subtext, like psychosexual shit happening in this movie.
I haven't met a lot of happy lesbians, and I'll own that statement.
I have.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I know a few.
I know a handful of them.
Good for you.
I have met a bunch of bitter lesbians, though. That's fair.
Well, sure.
That's fair.
I mean, to be fair, you know, that I mostly know older ones.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think everybody's having sex with everybody now, right? That's what I can see from my window.
That's what's happening outside on the sidewalk.
All about butts.
What's that meme? You guys are having sex? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, anyways, they escape from the water dragon
after prying its eyes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Arnold tells her, "Take out its eyes."
Yeah. No,
we have to blind it.
Sonja.
She's like, "I'm just good with a sword, dude. I don't solve puzzles."
Yeah.
I'm a Dark Souls character, not a Zelda character.
Exactly.
What the hell is this dungeon bullshit?
Next, you're going to expect me to hang from a ledge and shimmy. It's like I'm from Naughty Dog.
Ninja stars.
Yeah. So, Sonja agrees that Calidor can come along with them after learning that he is descended from the lords who protected the talisman from the temple, and he only didn't protect it this time because of some civic projects that weren't yet finished.
Yeah,
Infrastructure week, man.
He's the mayor.
Mayor
talked
Calidor.
a lot.
He's
A lot of
the governor.
So a lot of exposition happened earlier in the movie, but not this exposition.
Yeah. Well, because they didn't make it up until they were filming this scene because they were 2.5 weeks into tricking Arnold into being into the movie.
I'm sure that's why Arnold's dialogue is so matter of fact and non-specific. Your sister's dying. Thank you, Arnie. We can fit that in any context.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to have you explain it.
Sonja, look out. We can use that 7 times, Arnold.
7 times. It's eyes. Get the eyes.
All right. Now make something with eyes so we can put that over.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally Dino's.
Yeah. So this is where she tells him that no man can have me unless he defeats her. Calidor and her fight. Tarn is like, hey, I'm into older ladies. Leave her alone. But then, I don't know. The scene just kind of ends. They arrive at the castle.
Oh, so she tells the prince they're just practicing, and he takes the opportunity to mimic their movements and learn some more until he gets tired. And then they both tire each other out and collapse against a tree.
As one does.
Yeah. But if he had defeated her, he could have gotten busy with her.
Yep.
Her corpse.
Yeah.
That's
they're fighting with swords. Like
they kind of defeated each other in this moment.
I guess that's the goal.
They just tired each other out.
At the same time.
Yeah, a draw is just fingering.
Pre-coital.
Yeah, it's just first, second base if you're lucky, if you're real nice about it.
Just a hand
clean nails.
And Frenching.
Yeah.
Pre-coital sword fighting.
I thought
pre-coital sword fighting.
It's better than
that is a thing.
It's better than coital sword fighting.
Fair. It's dangerous time to have sharp edges. I liked the way that they played. There are a couple of times where this really plays for like humor unintentionally, but them both like dragging their swords before they collapse made me cackle out loud. Like, what the fuck? How long? It's daytime? Don't they have shit to do?
Right?
Like,
Why
they're
were
supposed to be saving the world? Don't you think it'd be like, all right, we're clearly evenly matched. Let's finish this when we're done with the mission tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then Tarn, when he gets tired, he's like, why does she fight so hard? She doesn't want to win. He gets it without getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they arrive at the castle and they leave Tarn to protect the tunnel.
Which is a cute moment. I'll stay and protect the tunnel. It's like, cool. That was what we wanted.
Yeah, here's a bone.
We don't want you to fall off the wall.
Yeah.
I love it because he gives him the bone. Like he's like, here, I've been waiting for this moment. It's like what is it? A great warrior needs a great sword.
Yeah.
A little dude needs a little bone. Here you go, you little piece of shit.
Little dude needs a little bone.
You go, you little piece of shit.
Here's your fucking bone.
I got your bone right here.
You're finally a man, so I don't need to coddle you. Take this bone and probably die in combat.
Take this broken bone.
So they sneak in. Sonja. Well, okay. So first, Wallace Shawn realizes that Gedrin is crazy. So he tries to steal some money and escape with the bags of gold. But he gets stopped by Tarn, and then they fight. Meanwhile, because
the castle's starting to collapse at this point.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, exactly. Meanwhile,
it's rumbling and shaking.
The skeletons are rattling like wind chimes in the throne room.
Meanwhile, Lord Calidor and Falcon ruin the guard's lunch by jumping down on the table.
They're like, that was our union break.
I feel like, I was going to eat that.
Oh, Calidor.
So
I love your civil works projects.
Yeah. So while
I hate your table jumping.
Yeah.
I will say the way that they manage this army is terrible because you'd think you'd eat lunch in shifts, not everybody in the cafeteria all at once. No one's guarding the front of the castle.
Yeah, but also it appears her entire army is 14 guys. So
who are just horny.
But not as
Some of
horny
them are
as
wearing jeans.
But they're not as horny as she is. This whole thing is really just about her being horny for Sonja.
You know what?
They
Good
get
for
the
her, though. She
spoils.
knows what she wants. She's going for it. I can respect that.
She's got with the plan.
Yeah. And if she doesn't get it, she's going to destroy the world with a green orb. I also get that.
You got to respect the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you took some time. All right.
So, yeah. Anyways, so the Wallace Shawn gets crushed by a big round door. And then,
inconceivable.
Then Tarn runs inside and gets tricked by Gedrin into running up to her. She holds him at knife point. Sonja arrives. Her and Sonja fight, but Gedrin keeps doing like, I'm here. Now I'm over here.
I'm here. I'm queer. Now I'm over here.
Which the ring doorbell guy is doing.
Yeah.
With his long black nails.
Yes. And his bug helmet.
Also with the costume and the Orientalism choices of like the Oriental wizard has long black nails. Like, what? Okay. Why?
Yeah, but
why
also,
is everybody dressed like a Flash villain now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's very sparkly. And again, like this entire throne room is just like bedazzled skeletons.
Yeah.
And,
they're like chrome
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have like headdresses on.
Are they all Wolverine skeletons? So
all the way down.
Yeah. So anyways, they fight. This is where Gedrin rips off her thing and is like I don't care if the world ends because I have an F on my face.
Yeah, I'd wear that proudly.
Yeah.
What's it stand for? You know what it stands for.
Be like, I got this by hitting on a lady.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's like a Nazi officer scar. Like those guys went looking for him. They're like, yeah, slash me in my face so I look super manly to the other men. Super, I don't know. I was talking to somebody about that the other day, how gay Nazi officers like trying to impress other men is with the slashes on their face. Like,
oh my God.
You're not doing that for the women in Germany, clearly. You're doing this for
nobody needed insecure masculine fraternity like the fucking Nazis.
For real.
It was just a giant circle jerk.
Like, you slashed my face.
It's like, what if we do this? Ooh, that's hot.
I'm so mad I might kiss you. Let's slash each other's faces.
Oh, I'm so mad I could just make out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Germans.
Anyway, Sonja.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those Cyborians.
So eventually Sonja gets the drop on Gedrin, gives her a little stabby. Gedrin flees to the candle room.
Her crafting room.
Yeah. Where the talisman is being talisman-y. It makes the floor split open and there's lava underneath. Sonja and Gedrin duel, and Tarn slides under the door to once again get in the way.
Thank God I'm wearing my jeans.
This is all an analogy for, my two moms are having private time alone in the candle room, but I can't leave them alone.
I keep coming in.
What was Dino's childhood really like?
Right.
Debaucherous, I'm sure.
Italy in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah, we forget for how recently before this they were living under Mussolini.
Yeah, the guys making spaghetti westerns were probably fighting under Mussolini.
Yeah.
And not to digress, but pre-Mussolini or pre-fascism, there wasn't really a unified Italy as we know it now. It was still regional, the regions of Italy, and they didn't like each other.
Right, just like
fascism. He was like, "You're all under me."
Just like pre-Kaiser, there wasn't really a Germany.
Right, just Germania.
A bunch of city states. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Anyways, the talisman makes the lava, and eventually Sonja stabs Gedrin, who falls into the lava.
As one does.
Yes. I wonder how many movies end with the bad guy falling into lava. There's a lot.
I can think of a good guy.
A hole of some way. A hole of some
I can
sort.
think of Ripley falling into molten steel.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a good guy, though.
Lava.
But also the alien queen is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Terminator fell in molten steel at one point, right?
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
The T-1000 fell into the molten steel, and then Arnold voluntarily got into the molten steel
with the thumbs
right,
up.
and it burned off his right. That's when we saw the Terminator.
Oh,
robot,
in the first one,
like
yeah. In the first one, yeah.
That's what he looks under there.
He's a skeleton.
Are you shitting me?
So they flee from the castle, which is crumbling. They escape as the volcano consumes it. So Sonja and Kalidor decide to do a little more sword fighting. And then Tarn and Falcon ride back home as credits roll. And that is Red Sonja.
Sonja Roja.
But it's not the last we'll ever see of Red Sonja. No. Because there's a remake that has already been filmed, which is now being released by MGM / Amazon.
2025.
It should be out sometime this year. It does not yet have a release date.
Will it make more or less money than the original? I think less.
Well, streaming is a different.
That's true. They're not making money.
Metric.
Yeah.
They're advertising for.
It's unclear.
I heard they're casting a Latino actress or Latina actress.
It's Matilda Lutz. It's been
I'm
filmed.
mad.
Yeah, they're not even casting. It's been filmed. And Matilda
I
Lutz.
was making a Snow White joke that didn't land.
Yeah. Matilda Lutz. Who is Italian? That feels right.
Lutz. Shut up, everybody. Shut up, Lutz.
Yeah. Who's in a bunch of movies I didn't watch. No one really I've heard of for the most part.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I already know too much about it.
And directed by the person who directed other movies I didn't watch, including the Silent Hill sequel. Red Sonja. That was it.
Done and done.
Unanswered questions?
No, because everything everybody said explained everything that was around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only question I have is where Conan? Why Conan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, the explanation, studio politics, but yeah, it made no sense. Why have Kalidor? Where do these people shop?
How did they get that giant unicorn to straddle that canyon as it died?
Yeah. Talk about luck.
I think it was just running really dumb and wasn't looking and just fell and died like that. Just like, oh shit, and got stuck. I don't know if you ever see the picture of the deer in the bog. Where the inside of the deer is in the bog and the outside of the deer is skeleton.
Yeah.
That's what it made me think of. Like, it clearly just stepped wrong running from a larger, more dangerous predator. I assume that thing's a predator because unicorns are terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Well, Schwarzenegger knows how to deal with the predator.
That's true. Stick a unicorn on it, I guess.
That's all you got to do. My unanswered question is, why not build a Buddha set where he's cross-legged and you don't have to go under his taint?
Because they had to rub it for good luck every day when they walked
every day. Rub the Buddha's balls for luck.
Rub his non-green orb.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think that was a Buddha because he was holding swords.
I agree. It was not a Buddha.
Yeah.
Gene's not as bright as he seems.
It's fun to call it a Buddha.
Well, and also, this is supposed to be...
But either way.
prehistoric, right? All of this Red Sonja Conan shit. So the Buddha and Siddhartha are a glimmer in the eye of someone who's
tell
being,
that to the kung
reincarnated.
fu masters
exactly.
that are training her.
Tell that to the pants makers. Blessed are the
pant makers.
He's pretty horny, so I don't think he's been enlightened.
No. Buddha was pretty horny.
So
that's true.
Let's do thumbs. I think we're ready to thumb it.
Me, right?
Yeah.
It usually starts.
Start with you.
I have to go down. I can't even say the first two Conans. I can't say that it was fun anyway. I like the set pieces. I like the map. Dude knows how to make a attractive movie, but I just was not into this. And the fact that he wasn't Conan, again, I understand why, the rights and all, but that was just, it lost me immediately. I was supposed to integrate Calidor into I was supposed to act like that's a thing.
I loved your text because that's when I realized that you went in not realizing it wasn't Conan.
I did not know. Yeah, I was befuddled because I was hoping I was wrong, and I was waiting for one of you guys to be like, "No, he's called Calidor," but it reveals at the end that he's Conan. Nope,
he's just Lord Calidor.
He's Calidor.
Brian, where are you going?
Thumbs down, man. There's too many pairs of pants in this movie for me to give it a thumbs up.
And her hair is fucking terrible.
Oh my god!
For a character whose hair is her trademark, her hair got knighted and it turned red.
Right.
Yeah. If anything gets a thumbs up for me in this movie, it's the kid and his performance. And that's it.
Yeah, he's my only thumbs up, and Falcon, his Guy Friday.
Yeah.
Al.
Carmine Falco. Before he got to Gotham. This is his training period, like Bruce's.
This movie does not hold up to my childhood memory. However, I still love it. I'm still giving it a thumbs up.
I knew it.
She wasn't even titillating enough. It wasn't like watching Sheena or what. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, Al, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I'm with you though, Josh.
But even as a young dude, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, frankly, I'm questioning Gedron's taste in women.
I did interrupt you.
I still give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed watching this again. It reminds me of simpler times.
I feel like the two Conans did for me.
Conan
as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Conan's 100%. I had that. This one, like I said,
I felt no affection for this.
I remember nothing.
It was like going to a lesbian party.
Certainly the less of the three Hyborian movies.
Of the three.
There's plenty of lesbian parties where affection's felt, but just not reciprocated.
Yeah, it's not like what you see online, my friends.
No. Spoiler, not all lesbians dress.
They're like... a new 8-year-old boy haircut dropped.
Yeah. Like, ooh, look at all the flannel.
They would not be down with all those candles. So.
Yeah. Again, a fire hazard.
It's a mess. Yeah. They're like,
you're going to burn your volcano
We're running
down.
A dog rescue. Yeah.
They're serious about workplace safety. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Like, why do I keep hearing Melissa Etheridge? I'm going down in general, but also I'm giving thumbs down to Red Sonja.
It's been a slow decline, but also thumbs.
Yeah, it's this. Wow. It was definitely a 1985 kids movie.
Sword movie,
yeah. So, all right. I think that's it for Red Sonja. But we're not done yet. We've got one more in this series coming up. Next time on Harmless Phosphorescence, we will be watching 2011's Conan the Barbarian starring Jason Momoa. Now, while Red Sonja only had 21% on Rotten Tomatoes, the 2011 Conan has 25%. So,
I mean, that's great casting. We'll see how.
yeah, Momoa's great casting.
It's
Getting those
weird
numbers
seeing
up.
him without a beard.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but just looking at the stills,
It's a little
Momoa
like-
without a beard.
Yeah, I guess I assumed he had it.
It's a little like when every once in a while my dad would shave off his mustache. I'm like, what are you doing?
What the?
Why did you do this? Yeah. So that's next time on Harmless Phosphorescence, Conan the Barbarian, the final film in our Conan series. Until then, thanks for hanging out with us. This has been one of your hosts, Thoreau Smiley. And you know what? The legends are true. Only women can touch it.
I'm Josh Cece, and this sanitation project brought to you by Lord Caldor.
Join us next week for more ancient fashion tips, like where you can buy jeans in ancient Hyporia. I'm Brian Lesh.
I have nothing more to learn. I'm Alaric Weber.
He's done.
I thought that was a funny statement to make. Because she doesn't seem too bright.
No. We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.